If there is one thing that absolutely everyone loves, it is the movies that are released for our joy. And get ready, because the next movies that are about to premiere promise to be the best ones in recent years. And we could not possibly start this list any other way than by talking about the movie that is going to close out the movie trilogy of the angriest bird in the gaming world and in the animation world too. Angry Birds 3 promises to be a completely different movie from the previous two, this time centering a little less on evil villains who want to dominate and destroy, and focusing more on Red's life as a full-time family man. A few years have passed since the birds and pigs teamed up and managed to defeat the evil Zeta, that crazy purple eagle. And after the peace agreement was sealed between the two islands, everything has been working perfectly fine, even with the pig and bird hatchlings considering themselves best friends. So the big challenge now is no longer saving the island, but rather being the best father to his 3 kids, 2 teenagers and a baby. The oldest, Glider, who loves egg ball, the middle daughter, June, who loves technology, and the youngest, fresh out of the egg, Ollie, who cannot drink soda or else he goes completely out of control. Scheduled to be released right around Christmas on December 23, 2026, Angry Birds 3 has everything to close out a year that had several great animated movies on a high note, and also with a little bit of feathers and mud, because that is exactly how we like it. Another movie that is more than confirmed, and we can safely say has been thought out to the joy of everyone who loves animations, is the Ice Age sequel. After a long wait of no less than 11 years, we will once again see Sid, Diego, and Manny returning to show us that the prehistoric world is way more fun than people imagine. Except this time, the spotlight is going to be on the new generation, since Peaches has grown up and now will probably introduce a real mammoth boyfriend to her dad. Besides that, even the squirrel obsessed with the lost nut, Scrat, has an heir to continue his endless legacy in search of his favorite food. What the trailer implies is that our favorite prehistoric animals will be running away from what seems to be a volcanic eruption of cataclysmic proportions. And on the path of this escape, many dangers, jokes, and funny situations will certainly happen. Who knows? Maybe we will also get to meet Diego and Shira's daughter, which would be pretty cool. We will find out all about it in early February of 2027, which is when the animation is going to be released. Another movie that is also confirmed for the first quarter of 2027, and that we are counting down the days for it to arrive, is the movie that will simply kick off the second movie trilogy of the fastest hedgehog in the world. Scheduled to be released on March 19, 2027, Sonic 4 has several answers to give the fans regarding questions that the last movie left hanging in the air, such as, who is the person behind the metal Sonics sent to eliminate Sonic, as we saw in the post-credits scene of Sonic 3? How did Amy Rose know that Sonic would be attacked at that exact time and place? Is she in love with Sonic, just like in the games? Will Shadow return as an ally, or does he have other plans for those who wronged him? After all, he still misses Maria, and he also survived the explosion of the ship belonging to Professor Gerald, Robotnik's grandfather. And last but not least, how will Robotnik come back? Because his return is confirmed, if he died in the ship's explosion while saving Earth. Will we meet the Eggman from another dimension? There are so many mysteries that need to be solved in 2 hours of movie. While we wait, I will keep playing Sonic on my favorite video game console. Speaking of games, it is impossible not to get excited about the increasingly closer premiere date for the sequel to a Minecraft movie, which practically everyone who watched absolutely loved. Dubbed a Minecraft Movie Squared, the adventure is going to pick up exactly where the last movie left off, with Steve meeting Alex, who lives in his old childhood home. That is definitely enough for us to know that she is going to be taken along with Garrett and Steve, once again into the world of cubes for a grand adventure. The expectations are that something really big will happen, such as the appearance of the Ender Dragon, which was supposed to appear back in the first movie, but the director chose to leave it out, perhaps figuring that it would be even cooler to have it in the sequel. Another very cool confirmation made by the movie production's teaser is that Matt Berry, the actor who was originally going to play Steve in the movie, will make an appearance. And our theory is that he might be the one responsible for bringing to life none other than Herobrine, the biggest and scariest legend in the Minecraft games. All of this will definitely make the wait well worth it for the movie's release, which is going to happen on July 23, 2027. Of course, the year 2026 could not end without having at least one more Disney animation. And that task fell under the responsibility of Hext, the newest adventure starring a girl named Billy, who discovers not only that she herself has magical powers, but also ends up managing to access a magical portal to the Witch's dimension, known as Hex. All of a sudden, Billy goes from being the weird girl at school to a sorceress with incredible combat powers. And along with all that, she will uncover many secrets hidden by her mother for years, as well as have to face evil witches who are hunting her down precisely because they also consider her an intruder in that world. And there is only one way for her to get out of this. And we cannot tell you. You will have to find out after you watch the movie, which is going to be released on November 25th, 2026, exactly 30 days before Christmas. Honestly, let's hope it is a full moon night to match the vibe of the movie. If you made it this far, do the following. Click the subscribe button. I think we deserve it. Illumination does not live on Minions and Mario alone, but also on new original movies. And Not Alone is exactly the proof of that. Scheduled to hit theaters on April 16, 2027, the animation is going to be a mix of adventure, comedy, and romance that many people are comparing to Disney's Up. In the story, the protagonists are Joe and Fran, who work as a mechanic and an astrobotanist, and together they build a unique rocket that is powered by plants. And the two of them like each other, but have a hard time saying it. In the middle of this romance and the rocket's construction, Joe ends up sheltering in his house a small group of thumb-sized aliens named Dunk, Welly, and Sherm, who are on an interstellar run from Officer Xandro. And the three of them decide that Fran and Joe's rocket is the only one that can take them back home safely. The big question that remains is, does all of this happen in the same world where Gru and the Minions live? It would be really cool if they made a cameo appearance, wouldn't you agree? Another huge movie that everyone was waiting for and was released in 2026 was the third solo animation of the little yellow beings that we all love, Minions 3, also called Minions and Monsters. The movie takes place many years before any of the previous movies. However, it makes it clear that it is only a matter of time before we see the continuation of the adventures of Gru and his family, which is now bigger thanks to the birth of Gru Jr. Not to mention Poppy, who is definitely going to appear in all the upcoming movies as well. As everyone knows very well, there is always a time jump between the Gru movies, so it is highly likely that we will see a slightly older version of Gru Jr. going to school, just as we will finally see the three sisters, Margot, Edith, and Agnes, finally grow up a little bit too. Another very likely thing is that Drew, Gru's hairy twin brother, will return, and that we will learn a bit more about Lucy's family, which up until now is a huge mystery. With the likely release date between 2027 and 2028, we will be right here, anxiously waiting to see the fifth Gru and Minions movie. If there is one thing that Toy Story 5 made clear, it is that the story of the most beloved toys in the animation world is very far from coming to an end. With the beginning of Blaze and Bonnie's friendship and the massive creativity of the two girls, we can imagine that much more is yet to come. And since Disney knows that any Toy Story movie is an absolute cash cow, it is only a matter of time before the sixth movie is confirmed, which will probably happen at the next D23. The big question left hanging in the air is, will we have the return of iconic characters in the franchise's sixth movie? Like the unforgettable Andy, or even the fearsome Lotso, who everyone expected to return in the fifth movie? Those are certainly secrets that Disney keeps under lock and key. But nothing stops us from imagining how it will all unfold. Considering the release gaps between the last few movies, and with the acceleration in the production of famous Pixar sequels, the likely release date for Buzz, Woody, and Jesse's new adventure will probably be around 2029. It might even seem far away, but for those who waited 7 years between the last two movies, that is actually a short time to wait, don't you think? Another movie that fans have been waiting years for is the sequel to the animation The Secret Life of Pets, also by Illumination, which shows what the secret life of animals is really like. After we met Liam, and it finally seems like Max and Gidget are getting together for real, several things could happen in the next movie about the dogs and their pet friends. Like, for example, we might see Liam a little bit more, having already spent a few years in school. And at the same time, we might meet Max and Gidget's puppy, who is definitely going to be very cute and could be named Pipsqueak. According to rumors from experts in animated movie information leaks, theoretically, Illumination's plan would be to release The Secret Life of Pets 3 between 2027 and 2028. And to close out our list with golden blocks, we could not fail to talk about the imminent sequel to Super Mario Galaxy, which was simply the smash hit of 2026 right alongside Toy Story 5. And of course, the post-credits scene made it clear that Princess Daisy is going to be very important in the next adventure, perhaps forming a duo with Luigi, especially if Mario finally works up the courage and asks Peach out on a date. According to rumors based on comments made by the movie's own voice actors, it is practically certain that the third Mario movie will hit the big screen in 2029. If you want more videos like this, comment down below, add more. We're leaving 2 really cool videos for you to stay with us here on the channel. Click and have fun, thanks!